Did you hit record already?
I did right after John's shit, and I should have caught that. Welcome to the Short Desk Podcast YouTube show, episode.
5.
That's where
My
we at,
favorite
baby.
number.
Is it really?
It is.
Okay. Why is that your favorite number?
I was born in the best month of the year, the 5th month of the year in May.
I thought it had some correlation with Bloomingdales, but that's okay.
Woo! I like that. I thought so too.
Oh my God.
I thought so too.
No,
Is the scarf from Bloomingdales?
it is not. It came
What
from
about
both
the cup?
Starbucks.
Wow.
Starbucks.
Starbucks cup.
I have several Starbucks cups.
How often do you frequent Starbucks?
Daily?
Wow.
Almost daily. If I'm in a rush and I don't make my coffee at home, or my tea at home, I'll stop by Starbucks.
$7 a day. Wow.
No, because when you rack up points, you eventually get your free drinks.
They don't give points like that.
Yes,
Steph.
they do.
Well, if you go every day like you do, if you spend $20 like you do every day, you should
it's not
have
$20 a day.
2 or 3 free drinks a month.
My tea may be $3. My coffee may be $4.
John, I have the app, and you get up to 25 points to give you.
I haven't the app too.
A shot of a flavor or something.
A shot of a flavor. That's all you get.
That's
you
all
can
you
get
get.
150 points. You can get a free drink. 50 points. You get a free tea.
What's a free drink? Like 8 ounces?
Yes.
No, you can get any size.
A venti?
Up to a venti. Yeah.
Mm.
Any handcrafted drink for 150 points.
Can I get scones?
That's a 50-star item from the bakery.
50-star items?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you get a free bakery item with 50.
The
Then you have
points
like
will get me some scones.
Yeah, 50 points will get you a tea, except for the Jade Citrus Mint tea, which is the medicine bomb I told you all about. That's 150 points as well because it's a frequent item, like a popular item. So,
Okay.
Then they have these ridiculous bonus things every week or something.
I rack up my bonuses. I just
but
got
they always make
points.
sure to bring it out after you've ventured to the place. For those of us that can't afford to go every single day, like the bougie people on the world, I'll go and go get me a tea or something. Then after that, they'll come out with, "Hey, will you buy a tea or drink and a Danish or a breakfast sandwich? You get an extra 50 points." And I'd be like, "Son of a bitch, I was just there."
But you do go to Starbucks.
Oh yeah, once a month maybe.
Because
once every 2.
I saw where your dog had a pup cup.
Yeah, that was like last year. We can't even afford to get him any pup cups.
Stop. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't have a bougie bone in my body.
But you shop at Bloomingdales.
Bloomingdales is not expensive like that. You can go in there and get sheets for $50. Good sheets.
Okay, what do you say?
What's the average cost of sheets in Bloomingdales? And I doubt it's $50. Probably says starting at $50, and it's on sale.
And those are the ones that you can throw away.
I won't talk about how much I pay.
What's the thread count on those sheets?
It depends. We weren't.
It's got to be the consistency of a Brillo pad.
You got to catch them on sale.
Okay.
Your back's going to chafe putting those sheets on your bed.
I got a text today about the Labor Day sale, 50% off.
Up to 50% off.
Right.
Listen.
And that's for items over $500.
And Bloomingdale's loyalists get an extra 30% off.
Okay, but did it say 50% off or did it say up to 50% off?
It said up to.
All right, yeah, include that in there.
But Bloomingdale's loyalists get an extra 30% off.
Well, I mean, they're not going to lose anything. It's about 20 of y'all that can afford to be a loyalist.
Everybody can be a loyalist. You just sign up.
No, you got
I'm good.
to spend a certain amount of money in there.
You sign up.
Right. Well, while you drinking out your Starbucks cup, I'm drinking just my regular can.
Ooh, Canada Dry.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm sorry, Steph, that is not Red Rock or whatever
Red Rock.
$20 ginger ale that you drink
Red
from
Rock is
Publix.
not $20. You can get a
A
6 pack
four
of
a
Red
four
Rock for
pack is like
$4.99.
a
You
four
get a
pack is like 19.99.
you get a 6 pack of Red Rock for $4.99. Stop playing. I like Red Rock because it's strong. I like for my ginger ale to have that little kick.
Oh, excuse me.
Did you belch?
Yeah, that happened, didn't it? Listen,
Very attractive.
thank you. So yeah, Steph likes the Red Rock where they don't even puree the ginger. It's just straight in there.
Because ginger is good for you.
It is. But if I want ginger, I could just go get the raw ginger and cut it and put it in some carbonated water. So, anyways, um,
I cannot.
now that we've got that out the way with Steph with her Starbucks, her Bloomingdales, I'm sure that's where she eats breakfast at. She doesn't eat Danishes anywhere but Starbucks.
If I eat breakfast, because I fast most mornings, I eat at home. I like I can't talk. Avocado toast, some almonds, maybe some fruit, a green smoothie.
They do have a nice grilled cheese. I had one.
No, I don't
Time.
eat their food from Starbucks.
Their grilled cheese is pretty fresh and nice. It has like a garlicky taste to it. It's pretty
I'll
good.
eat the oatmeal, but like the sandwiches and stuff, oh,
Where they're prepackaged.
but they look rubbery.
But not the grilled cheese. The grilled cheese isn't prepackaged.
Really?
I promise you. I didn't believe it until my wife told me she got one and told me to taste hers.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I don't want to taste this mess. And I tasted it and I shut my mouth.
What kind of cheese do they use? Is it regular cheddar?
No.
Do they use
No.
Gouda cheese?
I believe it's Gouda and something else. It
I gotta
isn't
go
cheddar.
taste it.
It isn't cheddar.
I'm
And they
gonna go
like
taste
brush it
mine.
with garlic.
Oh my god, that sounds
John,
so
how often
good.
do you go to Starbucks?
Not very often.
You drink coffee?
No.
I thought
I'm about to say John looks like he doesn't drink coffee.
Last time I was at Starbucks, 2013.
Damn.
Yeah, 2013 is the last time I went to Starbucks.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I used to get the hot green tea
Mm-hmm.
and scones.
Majesty.
Mm-hmm.
I know because that's what I get whenever I go.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'll try the fruity drinks, the fruity fruit cold teas.
They have a new pineapple refresher that's really good.
Yes, I tried that.
Yeah,
I did
it's
try
so
that.
good.
It's
I
very
think
good.
you're the reason I tried it. Didn't you say
I
something
think
to me
so.
about it?
I
Yeah.
believe it was me. Yeah. Yeah.
I went right after I talked to you and it was good.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. 2013. Wow.
Wow, John.
But you're not a tea. You don't drink tea like that every day or every other day or every week or anything, John?
Not at all, no.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I drink it
Such
from time
discipline.
to time.
I can't do it.
Well, tea's good for you sometimes.
Tea is good for you, but I have an addiction to coffee. Not
Really?
caffeine per se, but coffee, like the taste of coffee.
Really? Is
And
there
I
a
don't
certain type or kind?
Cafe Bustelo is my favorite.
Woo, that'll
Of
wake you up.
course.
Why you say of course? And then I go to Trader Joe's and get my cookie butter creamer because I don't put sugar in my coffee. Just a dab of creamer.
Cookie
you go-
butter creamer.
Yeah.
Yes.
50 grams per serving.
Mm-hmm.
I only put a dab of creamer in there because I
A
prefer my
dab.
coffee black. I prefer it black.
I would hope
Like your
so.
men.
And I don't ever put sugar in it. But
I can't say anything because Iris will have me going all the way to Sprouts, which is way on the other
Yep.
side of another town.
that's where I
To
get
get
my
her
cookie
some
butter
creamer.
creamer.
That's multiple
Yep.
towns you had to cross to get the Sprouts.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, the brand that makes that creamer, they have a lemonade. And I tasted the lemonade yesterday for the first time. It was pretty good.
Do they really? Okay.
If you're one of those people that likes your lemonade sour, like I do.
I do like it sour. I actually like limeade.
Oh, yes. Yes, yes.
Yeah. I went to a place in Miami that Iris took me to. It's called Hugo's L something. I don't know. One of the Mira places. But anyways,
The what?
uh, Mira. So they actually made the juice fresh. Like you see
Mhm.
them squeezing the juice into, like there's nothing else put into it. So I got
Mhm.
me a limeade. Oh my god.
Ooh, I know that was good.
Oh,
I
it
love me
was
some
the
a good
best.
limeade. That's why I
Yeah.
like the True Lemon, the drink packs instead of Crystal
Yeah.
Light. I get the True
Uh-huh.
Lemon. I get the True
Yeah.
Limeade. It's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Limeade is good. It really is. It's really good. John, do you have a favorite drink? Does John seem like he has a favorite drink? I don't think so. Like he looked like he's like whatever's right there, I'm gonna drink it.
Yeah.
And if I don't like it, I'm just gonna toss it because it's gonna make me mad.
Like if you had to drink one thing, not water, for the rest of your life, what would it be, John?
Did you see the way his eyes rolled in the back of his head?
Yes. No.
You caught him
He,
off guard.
he, no. He looks like we're getting on his nerves.
I don't give a damn. What is it, John? Come with it.
I honestly don't know. I really don't know because I mostly consume water, especially now.
Hmm.
Um, at one point, I couldn't live without Sprite. So
Really?
yeah, if
Really?
if I had to choose one, it's either regular classic Coca Cola or Sprite.
Mm.
Hey. You know, that's something. A Sprite is like I can't go in the store and buy a Sprite and drink it. The
Hmm.
only time I drink Sprite is from McDonald's.
Well, you need your
Whew.
insides cleaned out.
I like that kick. That's why I prefer Coke over Pepsi. I like that little kick.
Mm. So wow, Sprite. I didn't know that, John. You learn something new about your friends every day. But I guess because you drink water so much, so do I.
I see. I got my lemon water with mint in it.
Proud of you.
Ronnie Keith.
Is that the mason
Please,
jar
Lord.
again?
Mm.
Yes, it is.
This is a different one.
Where's the lemon?
We don't actually have any lemon, I don't think. I think we ran out of lemon. I think so. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into this
Yes.
Martin reunion show discussion that we have been putting off,
Is it
putting
not the end of
off.
the show yet? We're not going to talk about it today. Is it the end of the show? Holy,
I
what is this, week 4?
It is.
Yeah,
I
week
actually
four.
I really wanted us to get into to um the student loan thing because you kind of piqued my interest there when I saw your eyes really light up when you saw some things that wasn't on there.
Martin first.
Yeah,
Really?
let's get Martin out of the way because
Yeah, because we've been being
I
real
have an eye.
unfair to Martin.
Yeah, you're right. Because I'll probably have to watch it again if we do it put it off another week. So the Martin reunion show is what we watch based upon the top 10 that we did a few weeks back. And been doing a running bit that we have not been able to talk about the reunion show because Steph had told us, hey, let's watch the reunion show since we're doing the top 10. So let's get our thoughts on that reunion show that we watched on the BET Plus. It was a sit down with, how do you say his name? Is it Affion?
F-
Affion?
Affion Crockett.
Afion Crockett. Yeah.
Avion
Yeah.
Crockett or something like that.
Yeah, he's a comedian. He hosts the reunion show for Martin, and it had all of the major players on there. Martin Lawrence, of course, Carl Anthony Payne, Tachina Arnold, and Tisha Campbell. They were all on there. Of course, Tommy Ford, he passed away back in, what was it, 2016 or 18? One of those years, I'm sorry if I'm forgetting, but he passed away. He was not able to attend. His family was there in one of the scenes that they had there for the reunion show. But yeah, so let's just dive into it.
Ooh.
Um, let's get the initial thoughts here of what we saw with the reunion show. John, what did you think? of the show, and what was your favorite parts of the reunion show? Just what was your overall feeling after watching the Martin reunion show on BET Plus?
It was very nostalgic looking at that old set and seeing some of those faces that you had grown accustomed to seeing in the early to mid 90s. Um, so nostalgia is the first thing that comes to mind. Um, I feel as though the special probably could have been a little bit longer. Probably could
It
have
was
broken up into
short.
2 parts because I think it
Yeah.
just, to me, it felt rushed
Hmm.
because there were a
It
whole lot of
did.
different elements to that show that you cannot encapsulate within an hour and 20 minutes or however long that special was.
Right.
And I wanted them, and this is just me, I guess, and maybe I'm just being overly critical, to expound on certain ideas
That
and
is your middle
parts of the
name.
show that a lot of people probably understood or didn't understand or just wanted more insight into that. I appreciated the fact that they went into how Martin brought out the best of him, because Martin was basically a comedian turning into an actor or trying to become an actor. And
Hmm.
they were essentially actors trying to perfect their comedic acting gills. And how he brought that out of them, and he learned, and basically how they learned how to do physical comedy and just certain
Excuse me.
or different skills when it came to a comedic performance on an
Mm.
episodic television show. So I was happy to see, the old characters. I guess I wish I could have seen Tracy Morgan go ahead and make an appearance onto the show. I wish I could have seen um, who else phoned in during the
David Allen
special.
Greer. Oh, he didn't
Yeah,
phone in, but it would have been good to see him.
but
Yeah.
he didn't even make a comment or anything like that, or even get him on video. But
Hmm.
I guess I would have liked to see a lot of these different characters that made guest appearances onto the show. It really impacted the show, even though
Hmm.
they were there maybe once or twice. But to me, once again, it felt rushed. Um, the the Tommy um, memorial, whatever you want to call it, that segment. I mean, it was nice, but just left me wanting more. I wanted more, and I didn't get it for whatever reason. So that's my thoughts right now. If I have anything else, I'll chime in.
Steph?
Um, I enjoyed it. I was a little annoyed because one of the main people who I felt should have been there was notably absent. And I did some little digging, and my friend Nakia did some digging, and we kind of found out why. Garrett Morris was not there. How do you leave Stan out of the reunion?
Did they even? They didn't really talk
They
about
didn't
Yeah,
him.
they
mention.
didn't talk about him.
So we went, and I meant to send this to you all yesterday,
I
but my
read
friend
about it.
Nakia and I, yeah, about how he and
The
Martin
beef.
fell out, yeah, and he
Hmm.
got fired and stuff. But I just felt
Hmm.
like even though he and Tisha Campbell had a huge beef, I just
Apparently,
felt it
him
was
and Carl Anthony Payne don't get along. Well, I don't know if
right.
they get along now, but they didn't
They didn't.
during the
So
show.
I just
Yeah.
didn't feel that it was right to have everybody there but Stan, because I feel like Stan played such a huge role. He
Hmm.
was a huge part of the show, and I just feel like people don't give Garrett Morris his flowers, to be
Hmm.
honest.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
I enjoyed seeing all of the old characters again. Bruh Man,
Hmm.
uh, Darnell Hill, of course.
Hmm.
Shaboing Boing. I
Hmm.
enjoyed that. And I want to say, as a woman, I have to say this. I love the friendship between Tisha Campbell and Tashina Arnold. They've been friends for years. They've been working together for years. And just to hear how, they had been living together and they were growing together, I always
Hmm.
love to see that. Um, for me, I don't know if I was reading too much into it. I couldn't tell if Martin was just trying to bask in the moment of everybody giving him, his flowers and his recognition, or he just was forcing himself to be there. I couldn't decide which it was.
He
It
was
was just
very
like a look.
subdued.
Yeah, it was a look on his face like he just really didn't want to be there.
Mhm.
Um and
He's been like that for the last, I don't know. He's been like that for a long time now, it seems. If you
the
watch any of his interviews.
the only time I ever see Martin like sparkle, for lack of a better word, is when he is either with or talking about Eddie Murphy or with or talking about Will Smith.
Yeah,
That's the only time I ever
you're
see him
right.
show any emotion, give any feeling or anything like that. The tribute to Tommy was nice because I love Leandria Johnson.
Hmm.
But it seemed like his kids didn't want to be there either. I was like,
Hmm.
the kids are like, I don't know if it was awkward moment or oh, we just don't want to be here. But yeah, Martin was giving much. I don't want to be here. I don't want to do this. So they're saying that they all made up after Tommy's death, but it just didn't feel that way.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know. Just my thought.
So, great observations by both of you. I will say the same thing. I took it at first that Martin, again, every interview that I've seen him do since the incident that he had on the highway where he freaked out and pretty much had a stroke and everything, he's been pretty subdued since then. He has not been the high energy Martin that he once was. I've
I
noticed
forgot about
that.
that. Yeah, I
Yeah,
forgot about that.
yeah. When he had that incident in California, I think he was it was for Big Mama's house, I believe. And ever since then, it's just he's been a different person to me. I don't know if the stroke affected him or what, but he just does not have the same energy that he once did before. So that was the first thing that came to my mind. It's like, he's still low energy. Then I also thought that it was like, we know that this is the Martin show, but it seemed like he wanted everybody else to get their flowers too. He was allowing everybody else to get their shine and talk and make it, more so about them and what they brought to the show too than that. I didn't get the vibe that he didn't want to be there. I just got the vibe that he's subdued now for some reason. Again, I don't know if the stroke affected that, and then he wanted everybody else to get their proper due for what they contributed to the show.
Gotcha.
Um, Now I had read somewhere that I thought, well, maybe it was a different interview. I thought him and Tisha talked about what happened between them. Was that
Hmm.
a different interview?
It was a different interview. They didn't talk about it on the reunion,
Oh,
but
okay.
yeah,
For
they
some
yeah.
reason, I was anticipating it being on the reunion, but
Me
I guess it was a
too.
different interview.
Hmm.
Um, you could tell, being a man or a woman, you could tell when the people were in love with each other, had feelings for each other, and
I'm
still
about to
has
say,
feelings for each
I
other.
think they did. I think they
Yes.
loved each other.
And for him to specifically go and get her after house party, yeah, I mean, we heard the stories. We know what happened. It ain't what, because again, if something like that happened, number one, there would have been all types of lawsuits and police involved and all those other things. It wasn't that. It was funny how all of a sudden she got married and then then it was an issue.
But do you
Um,
think that they were more than friends at one point?
Absolutely, that's what I'm saying. That
Mm-hmm.
was the problem. That was the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Because that chemistry on the show was just too
it was
real.
it was undeniable. Then, like John said earlier, with people missing, it felt rushed, shall I say? John said it
Hmm.
felt rushed. It did feel rushed. It was kind of some weird, transitions there because they went from the living room to Nipsey's for the memorial, then back to the living room, then Nipsey's with Snoop. And then I was like,
Hmm.
this is kind of odd. It was kind of odd. I thought it would have been more than just because of the impact that Martin had. I would have thought
Right.
it would have been more than just one episode. And then
Hmm.
it was even weird to see him do the Jerome voice again, but he don't have the same energy for it. If you
No.
saw when he did that at the end when he announced Snoop, he went into the Jerome voice, but he doesn't have the same energy. Like I said, I don't know if the stroke has affected him or whatnot, but like Steph said, whenever he does talk about Eddie and Martin, I'm sorry, Eddie and Will, he does
Mhm.
light up a little bit more than what he
Yeah.
does now. I feel like you said, there was some other things missing. You know, David Allen Greer wasn't there. Even the white boy. Remember the white boy that worked in the radio station? I forgot
Sean,
his name.
Yeah.
Sean.
yeah,
Yeah,
Sean.
there was
Hmm.
no update on him. Um, I would have thought Nipsey would have been there too.
Well,
What
Nipsey
was
was
Nipsey
there.
there?
Yeah,
Nipsey was there.
Nipsey
He
was
was
Okay,
there at
there
the
because
end.
okay.
they were childhood friends.
Yeah, that's right. John sent me that
Yeah.
article. I had no idea until John sent that article about
Mhm.
Nipsey and the guy that played the kung fu
Yeah,
guy. They were all three of them were friends.
Kenji or whatever his name is. Kenji.
Yeah. I didn't see he didn't show up. So it was a few things. I know Miss Jerry passed away, so
Yeah.
you know she wasn't
I
gonna be there.
I low key expected Kid to slide through. I don't know why.
Yeah, I
I
thought Kid
did.
would come. I wonder whatever happened to what was the lady's name? She was on the Friday movie on the Friday after next movie, and she was the one that Shanae did her pedicure. Whatever happened
Oh,
to that actress?
Myra.
Myra, yeah. I don't see her
She
anymore.
was Stan's girlfriend. So,
Yeah.
but I don't know what
Um,
happened to her. Let me look for her.
okay. But yeah, so overall, I mm,
Was left with wanting more.
I could have did without it for me. Reason being is because something, and I get it. Like I'm okay with them never revisiting that show again because the dynamic has changed with no Tommy. You know, it would be a totally different show, and he played such a big part of that show. So I'm okay with them not revisiting that again. And I don't think Martin wants to do those characters again. Um, but it was just like I could have did without it. I could have did without the reunion show, to be honest with you. I
Her name is BB Drake, and she's still with us.
okay,
Okay.
Yeah,
good.
78 years old.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I just could have did without a reunion show. I'm sorry. I didn't like it. Um I didn't like it.
It
I
wasn't
didn't
what I
like it.
thought it should be.
Yeah, like I'll tell you what. If Martin had came dressed up as one of the people, like maybe if they had transitioned into him dressing up like one of the characters he played on the show, then maybe I would have had a different, response to what the show was. But I could have did without that reunion show. I could have. So that's just my 2 cents. I wasn't. I wasn't. I was like, oh God, I could have. And I still haven't to this day watched the Fresh Prince reunion show.
Oh,
Me neither.
it was
Yeah,
good, but it was really hard to watch. And I'll leave it at that in case y'all decide to watch it.
because of James Avery.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Now, I will talk about it if y'all decide to watch it because I was about to dive in. You know me.
Okay, I'll watch. Let's watch. It's on Peacock, right? Or it's on
Uh,
eight? No, it's on
it's
HBO
on
Max.
HBO Max. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, we got some homework then.
Yes, we do. We got two homeworks because we got to watch that
Was it Murder
Murder
Inc?
Inc. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I gotta catch up because I think episode 4 dropped last night.
Okay.
I'm so behind. I'll get it together.
All right. What you about to say, John?
I wasn't about to say anything. I'm further behind than any of you because I haven't started watching anything. So as far as Murder Inc. is concerned, I'm further behind. You 3 episodes in, right?
Hey, I'm with you because I ain't watched nothing yet.
Oh, okay.
I've
Well, we're in
watched
the
the
same boat.
first 2 episodes. I'm only
Oh,
2 episodes ahead of y'all.
okay.
Okay.
There will
Is
be
it
5.
over with?
No, there's one more episode,
Oh, okay.
which will air next week.
Oh, okay.
So there's gonna be 5 or 4 episodes.
5.
Okay.
Episode 4 aired last night or Monday, one of the two, and then episode 5 is next week.
And what streaming app is that on?
BET
Okay.
Plus, I think.
Okay.
If not BET Plus, it's on regular BET. I
Hopefully
don't
it's
know.
on Plus. Okay.
Right.
All right.
I've been watching it on regular BET, but I think it's. Let me check and see if it's on BET Plus.
Yeah, that's going to be very good to talk about. So while you looking that up, let's go ahead and jump into this student loan thing by what's his name, Steph?
Joseph Robinette Biden.
Woo!
Robinette.
Robinette.
I don't know why that middle name catches me
I don't.
every time.
Me either.
As
I'm
if I
like,
heard it for the first. I've heard it
why?
millions of times.
Right. When she says it, it sounds like it's the first time, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, John, go ahead and talk us through this student loan forgiveness thing that came about recently.
Yeah. The Biden administration has proposed a loan forgiveness program for federal student loans, which means if you have a student loan through a private banking institution, you will not benefit from this program. So, millions of student loan borrowers will soon see up to $20,000 of their debt wiped away.
Give us that keyword again.
Up to, just like you go to Bloomingdales and you see up to 50% off.
Can we remain on topic, please?
Unless you're a loyalty.
Loyalist.
Whoa. That's right. That's what separates Bloomingdale from everybody
So,
else.
in this particular case, the loyalist customer would be the federal student loan borrower.
You know what? You know what? Keith's mother, when she spoke to me earlier, she told me before I get on this podcast with the two of you, pray in my closet alone.
Oh my goodness!
I should have took her advice.
Okay, go ahead.
It's all love. Yeah, this new plan was announced by Joseph. What's his middle name? Steph?
Robinette
Biden. Last week.
Mm-hmm.
As I mentioned before, not every student loan borrower will benefit from this, i.e., those who have private student loans.
Mm-hmm.
The second thing, high income borrowers are generally excluded from receiving debt forgiveness.
What you mean?
Individuals who borrow or make less than $125,000 a year. So if you're an individual, one single person making $125,000 a year or more, you will not benefit from this program.
If you make more than 125,000.
If you make more than 125,000,
okay.
If you are at the 125,000 and below threshold, you will benefit from this at the tune of $10,000 of student loan that will be forgiven.
Okay,
which is crap.
Which is absolutely nothing.
Because that man, thank you. 10,000. Let me tell you something. $10,000 isn't going to put a dent in some people's loans. Okay,
at all.
Now it'll wipe mine out, but it's not going to put a dent in some people's loans. And not only that, this man dangled that little bait of I'm going to forgive all student loans to get us to the polls to vote for him, and now he's backtracking like a Trump. Oh, did I say that?
He put all that money over there in Ukraine.
Right. That's what blew my mind. Like, you're sending not millions, billions of dollars to the Ukraine. The United States is that aunt that takes care of everybody else except the kids in her own house. Everybody got that aunt that's all up in your business, my business, everybody else's. But she can tell you how to live your life. She gonna tell your mama what she should be doing in her house. But her kids running around all crazy and stuff and can't get shit together. Excuse my language. That's what the United States is. That nosy aunt that's always up in everybody else's business, but she doesn't sweep around her own front door.
Sweep around your own. Sorry, that was an old commercial from BET on Sundays.
I remember.
So now, if you had a Pell Grant and you enrolled in college, You can have up to $20,000 forgiven.
Yeah.
Federal Pell Grants. To
So
be
I can
eligible,
get
I
up to
guess it's based off of
10,000.
income for the
That's it.
2020 and 2021 tax year. That's it. That's it.
Uh,
That's all you get. $20,000 up to $20,000. I'm sorry, up to
But
$20,000.
you know what I noticed? I don't know if you all noticed this on your social media timelines.
Let me see how
The
much I owe.
people,
Go
the
ahead.
people I see arguing about this, I mean, really arguing about it on social media, are the people who didn't go to college. Not knocking them, because you know, do what works for you. But I'm trying to understand why they're involved in this conversation. Somebody help me out.
What's their argument?
They feel like the loan should not be forgiven. If you borrowed the money, pay it back. And I've seen that from quite a few people on my social media timeline, and not from the Caucasians either, because I don't
Is
have
this
many
all
of
I
them.
got left?
All you got left for what? Are you looking up your student loan?
I sure the hell is. Navin it.
Oh, that's my lender too.
Man,
I feel like I got another one out there. But if this, give me that 10,000. Hell,
what
that'll
if
wipe
you
me
paid it
out.
off? But what if you paid it off? Because I already paid mine off.
I have one of my loans. I paid off my private loan.
Yeah,
you should have just held in there just a little bit longer. Yeah, they need to go ahead and let's. What I got to do this? I got to sign up, ain't it?
Yeah, you got to sign up.
Oh, that's right. Iris signed me up already. She asked me about that last night. That's right.
See how the woman has to hold you together.
Well, probably tired of that money coming out every month.
I guess my thing is we can subsidize big business.
Mm-hmm.
This can't fail. This can't fail. But the people who keeps these businesses up and running, and essentially from collapsing or imploding, this is all you get. Essentially, chicken scratch.
Yeah. Wow.
But JR has been sending money to the Ukraine like it grows on trees.
So here's my thing. And I always have to bring this up. If I feel like I'm not seeing a lot of flack behind this proposal from Biden. I've been seeing a lot of rejoicing. I know you said you've seen some different things stuff. But again, I have to ask, if this was Trump and he went back on his word, wouldn't he have caught much more hell than what Biden is catching?
My answer to that may not be a favorable answer.
Well, I want to hear the truth. I don't care about
For
favorable.
me, I can't speak for anybody else. I wouldn't be giving any slack because I expect Trump to backlash. And I'm not a Democrat. Let me put it out there. I'm not a Republican either. Let me put it out there. But I wholeheartedly believe that this man was going to come in and forgive student loans. Let me tell you something. I've had my issues with this person in the past, but if we had voted Bernie in there, our loans would have been forgiven.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they would have been forgiven. He would have been fighting like hell to get them. You know what I mean? Like, he may have had.
Y'all think it's too late for Bernie to make a run again?
Why not? We got old ass R in there.
This is true. Having strokes
Why
and
not?
falling off of bikes, and I think that's why he's just giving money away like that. You know, when you have that old grandparent, they get dementia and they just start giving all of their money and stuff away.
My favorite was when he was. What was that video, John? When he was looking at the guy, he looked like he didn't know who he was. Like the guy,
he handed the pen. It was Joe Manchin in West Virginia, and he forgot who he was. He looked like he forgot who he was, and just handed him the pen. Like,
yeah.
Joseph act like he was snorting drugs with his son.
No, I just think
that's old. Another issue. I guess if they're going to propose this and waive 10,000 or 20,000 or up to 20,000 or up to 10,000 or whatnot,
Mhm.
at minimum, being that student loans is the worst debt to have because you can't get rid of it even in bankruptcy proceedings. At least get rid of that provision where if you have to file for bankruptcy, that student loans would be included in bankruptcy protection. And if not, be waived, or you wouldn't be responsible for paying that back. Of course, there'll be penalties and stuff when it comes to credit and trying to secure loans and such.
Mhm.
But I think that would be very beneficial to people who are under economic strife, but they can't get out of economic strife because of this albatross that follows them until damn near death.
I'll say this, and this is this is just me. If they, I'm not. Thankfully, I'm not in a place where I would be hurting if my student loan wasn't forgiven. The
Right.
finish line is, I can see the finish line in my payment. I just saw that now with my balance. But for those that are, I feel like they should have those forgiven. And if that means for those of us that can afford it, not getting any type of forgiveness, not receiving any type of forgiveness, and all of that money going towards those people that are suffering to live, then so be it. I would be fine with that. I think that, even that amount, $125,000, right? You have to see that should be based upon where you live. 125,000 may be livable in Alabama, Mississippi,
Right.
but it's not livable in California. It's not
Or New
livable
York.
New York. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So it must. I think that they should have some amendments to that, to where it depends on what state you're in, and then also these
Right.
states that have state taxes, that plays a factor into it too, because 125 is your gross. So I think that there should be some amendments to that, and I'm also okay with them giving that to people that really need it and cannot afford to make these payments, and being harassed by Navinet or Sally Mae or whoever the hell has their loan,
Basically,
and
Sally.
yeah, just forgive them. If
Mm.
we can send $8 billion here, $6 billion here,
36 billion.
yeah, overseas to these people that don't like black people, then why can we not forgive the people here that have been struggling? And I take that back. I lied earlier. I said I didn't see any type of grief about it. I did see one or two griefs about it, where people were saying, "Well, what about this? Or why would I do this?" And I think there was one of the senators said something about student loan forgiveness, had a problem with doing that, and then boom, the White House, whoever is a representative on social media for the White House, said, just went down the list of everybody that had something to say, how they were given these PPP loans and they were forgiven for
Ooh.
everything that they took out. So you have to be careful what you say,
Mm.
especially when you're a public figure, because they got out there and
Absolutely.
publicly, was bashing the forgiveness when they were forgiven for six-figure PPP loans. And I'm still kind of out of sorts with those, because you look at the list of people, even your favorites on there. Why the hell did they have PPP loans? These are
Who?
billionaires. Jay
Oh
Z.
yeah.
I think Rihanna was on there.
And
Some
they
other
tried to
people.
say it was to pay their employees, but
You're a billionaire.
you weren't losing any money. But
Nothing.
these people that lied about these PPP loans, they're coming after them.
Well, my thing is this, right? Um, as they, that's their prerogative. But I'm
Hmm.
pretty sure a lot of these multimillionaire entertainers lied about needing a PPP loan. They're not going
Right.
after them,
Nope.
but
Which
you're
is
going to
so
go
messed
at the
up.
lower level people that got a couple of thousands of dollars. But my thing is this: even those, if we're going to send billions of dollars overseas to these countries that don't like black people,
Hmm.
and they don't have to pay it back. Why can't you do the same thing for the people in your own country with these PPP loans?
Because this is a country that doesn't like black people.
Well, there you go. So, um,
I'm just being honest.
hey, you hit it on the nail on the head. That that'll be interesting to see how this all plays out. Um, hey, I'm gonna take advantage. Well, Iris already jumped on advantage, but like I said, if they make an amendment to it, I'm fine with that too, as long as these people don't have to suffer, because we need to increase the wealth here. And if by forgiving these loans will do that, then let's do it. You know what I mean? You've got all these people and these companies, like, you hear all these companies say, oh, we have this foundation started. We put in hundreds of millions of dollars. Are these billionaires doing that? Well, I feel like they're tax fronts, in my opinion, because put your money where your mouth is. Yeah, you got these foundations, but you see that there's a worldwide crisis with uh student loans. You see, I saw a list yesterday, about the top 10 cities with rent increases
Oh,
in last year. Do you know who the top two were in the whole United States? Number one was Miami. Number two was Orlando, Florida. It makes no sense. It's happening everywhere.
it is. My
Okay.
rent went up a bunch, a
Yeah.
bunch, a bunch, a bunch.
It's happening everywhere. Why not create the foundation for these people that are witnessing the hikes in their rents, and hanging on by a needle and a thread to pay these, make ends meet, to pay these rent, pay these bills, instead of putting in as a tax front? Oh, I set up a foundation for that. Yeah, sure you did. Sure you did.
Because
All these big corporations
cost of living has increased, but salaries have not.
have not. So, that's my problem with everything that we do here, with everything that they do here in America. There's so much money coming in, so much money that we have, but they want to misplace the funds, and they don't have an auditor to audit the auditor. So, um, you know, that's my issue with everything, with this whole student loan and everything that has to do with the government. And I'm gonna say this: I by no means am or was a Trump supporter. I, he riled up a lot of unnecessary things that was not conducive to the growth for Black people. But he also, on the flip side, did some things um, that were better than some of our former presidents that we like to uplift in the Black community.
Just
Um,
say Obama.
well, he's not the only one. Obama, Clinton,
Yeah, I know. You
you
know, I
know,
name called.
yeah. So my thing is this: I think part of the problem with Trump, other than him being crazy,
In a
is that
race.
in a racist, he went in and he broke up an establishment, and that establishment is the government, and he was able to gain. I mean, if you go back and you listen to his older interviews, the man, plain as day, said if he ever ran for president, he was a Democrat, he would run as a Republican, because he
Sure
know the
did.
rhetoric that he could spew and get people to behind him to vote for him. He said it plain as
And
day.
he did that
He did just that.
years and years later.
But he wasn't a politician. So he didn't go in, trying to politic, and that pissed off a lot of people up there in Washington. And I think that's kind of why he got out. And I think that's why he's not going to get back in too, because he pissed off a lot of people. Biden is a lifelong politician. He's been there for ages. He's passed so many bills that have, you know, um, been an injustice for Black people, but Black people,
Absolutely.
have short term memory, when it's a person that's blue that's just going in for an office, because red means evil, blue means good, no matter what has happened. And I just feel that a lot of things that we turn a blind eye to just because of how we were raised has been detrimental for Black people when it comes to every 2 years, every 4 years for voting.
Yep.
We cannot continue. This is one thing for me. I'm very big on the values that were instilled into us by our parents and our grandparents. I feel like they're somewhere after our generation that got lost in translation, and that's why we got hell going on right now on earth. I also believe it has a lot to do with prayer and everything being turned away, but that's another conversation. Because once God was taken out of everything, I feel, you could call me Mr. Republican all you want to. Again, if you listen to the show, I told you I don't go for either or. But just my personal beliefs, I believe once God was taken out of everything, that's when you start seeing hell happen on earth with, schools and kids and adults and everything, But with the way that our values were instilled by our grandparents and by our parents, I appreciate that, and that helped mold us to the people that we are. I'm sorry. But now I think that there's some things that we have to go back and say, okay, granny, granddad, papa, whoever, mama, daddy, whoever, you told me to vote like this. You didn't tell me why. You just
Right.
told me to vote like this. And if you go back and you ask them, if God has blessed you to still have your grandparents alive or your parents alive, if you go back and you ask them, why did you vote for,
Right.
they couldn't tell you why.
Not at all.
They couldn't tell you why. And some of the reasons why they voted that way, the one or two reasons that they're able to muster up, it isn't worth a damn. You know what I mean? So I think that there's a couple of things that need to change. There's too many old white men
Oh man.
and white women in Washington, D.C. There's no reason that with the country getting younger, that everybody that's getting into the White House is damn near 70, or in Washington, 70, 80 years old. There need to be term limits.
Right. Right.
There should be term limits. There should not be senators or House of Representatives in there for 30, 40 years, been serving longer than I've been alive.
Right. Can barely
No,
walk out the door.
they have no idea of what's going on. Their
None.
minds are still in the past 20, 30 years. Listen, and you want me to tell you how I can relate to that? And I know this is really not the same, but it's somewhat the same. Music has changed in the last 20 years. I cannot relate to what is going on with music right now.
No,
However,
sir.
guess what? The music that's going on right now that my son and his friends and all of them listen to, that is the popular music right now. The people I listen to, they're considered dinosaurs
Old
right now.
stew.
Yeah. But guess what? That's the changing of the time. That's the changing of guard. It's just what it is. What it is. But you're sitting here voting, and people, we got to do better. You're voting these 70, 80-year-old white men into office.
You know why they do that? First of all, people don't do their research. And second of all, they go in that ballot box and they just check all Democrat.
Yes.
They don't know these senators. They don't know these politicians. They don't know anything.
Well, that's what I'm going back to the parents.
Mm-hmm.
It's that name recognition too. Like I had a political sign posted up all in my little town. a guy had the last name Patton, and it had 5 stars across it,
Mm.
i.e., in relation to General Patton.
General Patton, yeah.
Oh. Mm.
That's a good marketing tool.
It is. If you happen to have that name, and just by coincidence, you just happen to be born with the same name as a famous general with no relation.
And
But then
nobody
you
knew
have
what his policies were, I bet.
no, no, no.
Probably didn't know if he was white, black, blue, or brown.
I can guess the ethnicity
Yeah. Yeah.
of that particular person, but the 5 stars did it for me.
Wow.
It's like, okay,
Did he
And
win? Do you know?
no, I'll check. I'll check in my district.
Yeah, check
But I
that.
rolled my eyes when I saw that political ad and that sign. I'm like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And to piggyback off of what you said, I can remember being younger, and because I was such a little nerd, and asking my grandparents and it's questions, and it was always because I said so, because and I think
Yes.
that was the
Yes.
frustration too, because I was that child that had way more questions than they had answers. And so, once I got of an age to where I was like, challenging their train of thought, they started calling me militant. And I'm like, am I militant or am I curious? Like, there's a
Right.
difference. And, even now at 42, they're still calling me militant. And I'm like, come on, y'all.
Yeah.
Let's but hey.
Again, you have to have a mindset of your own. And the funniest thing to me about all this stuff that we were just talking about is that our parents, grandparents, and all those people, they vote opposite of their beliefs. If you look
Mm-hmm.
at what the belief system is with the
Yep.
Democrats and you look at the belief system with the Republicans, every older black person should be voting Republican.
They should.
But
Child,
they're
let me tell
voting
you something.
opposite of their belief.
Let me walk up in that AME church and tell them they some Republicans. They might set me on fire. But they
Yes.
are.
Yes. Yes.
They are. You know why I say that? Because let
Mm.
me tell you something. They sit up in church and God loves everybody, but let a gay person walk in that door.
It's the end of the world.
It's a
Now,
wrap.
mind you, that pastor that probably got he got his wife, the first lady, sitting in, and got his other woman and family somewhere scattered in the church.
Yeah, got
Ain't
two,
nothing
three
wrong with
different
that.
families. Or he could be, he could have him a little boyfriend, Eddie Long.
Yes.
But,
Yes. But you
it's
let a gay person walk up in there.
woo, child. Well, I know the answer to this. I was about to say, either one of you ever watched the show Pose? But they touched on that on Pose.
I've seen
Yeah,
it in the Iris watched it, but I've seen it. I never
yeah,
really sat down and watched it,
yeah.
Who?
but you know he was coming with it.
I knew it was coming. Billy Porter's character, pray tell, that
Mm-hmm.
was his background. He came from the church, and he was
Mm-hmm.
basically banished from the church, but he'd been having a little love affair with, was he the pastor, a deacon, or somebody
Mm.
in the church? So I'm just like, wow, that's I know so many of my gay male friends who that's been their story.
Mm-hmm.
But you have these people that swear they're Democrats, and I'm like, oh, you are of the Republican persuasion, sir.
Yes, all of them. Before we get out of here, John, I want to ask you a question, and I know we've asked this before of you. Look at his eyebrows go up because his thinking
Yes.
wheels is about to start turning. Let me tell you something. Now, Steph has only known you for not even a year, and now she's catching on to you. I've been knowing this man over half my life, so
Mm-hmm.
it's damn, wow, over half my life.
Are you about to cry?
No, it's
Oh, he got a little misty.
when you say something and a lot of times you don't give it a chance to breathe and you just kind of keep going. Something in my brain just stopped me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, wow. Because over half my life would have been 20, right? But I met
Mm-hmm.
him 6 years before I turned 20.
Mm.
So I've known him and this isn't know him. Oh yeah, I know of John. Yeah, we were cool. Yeah, we cool. I
Mhm.
know him. And that's crazy. Anyways,
Yeah. I mean, listen, my friend Tony, we met in kindergarten. I've known that man. We've been friends
wow.
37 years.
Wow.
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 37 years. So I get
So
it.
let me ask you this, John. Right now, outside of YouTube, are there any shows that you are watching that catch your interest?
Just say no. Just say no. Okay, so stop, Keith. Stop, Keith. Yes or no? Outside of the shows that we assign you to watch, do you watch any shows?
That breath into the microphone.
I'll tell anybody. I'll tell anybody. 7 years ago, when I was introduced to Keith on a Facebook group, it's like that's how Keith and I bonded. That's how like movies and music and TV shows. Like we will talk about a TV show until we're blue in the face. Maybe we watch too much TV. I don't know, but John just, and there's nothing offensive. It just seems like you don't watch TV. I want to be like you one day.
I used to consume a ton of television, mostly ESPN, sports networks, and now, well, football season's rolling around, so I'm basically watching football.
Okay.
I'm very happy to watch football.
Me too.
This coming fall and into the winter, but no, the show that I really got into outside of YouTube was Bel Air. And matter of fact, I just finished the last 2 episodes last night, and I was sad because I didn't know if they came out with a second season, but I read via Wikipedia that they greenlit 2 seasons right off the bat, so there is another season coming. And but outside of Bel Air, honestly, I don't have any show that I sit and say, yes, I must watch this on Wednesday night or Thursday night.
What was the last show that you watched? What was the last show that you watched like that?
Monday Night Raw.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, I watch it from time to time. And maybe that's a bad representation.
Yeah, because that's kind of sports oriented. So like a regular TV show, would you say?
Because I count Game Day as a show on Saturdays. That's a show.
No, it's not. It is a show.
I guess because it has seasons, because it's only on for what, 4 or 5 months. So that
outside of sports.
Outside of sports.
Listen.
I used to watch religiously 90 Day Fiance.
Really?
Yeah.
I had to watch 90 Day Fiance.
Wow.
I would have never expected that.
Never.
Just for the train wreck of a show that it is.
Wow.
It really interested me because I said, wow.
Shocked the hell out of me.
Then you really need to watch Love is Blind on Netflix.
No, I'm good. I mean, I've consumed 90 Day Fiance. Every now and then I'll sit and watch a few episodes of Married at First Sight.
What?
You really would love is Blind. I promise you'll like it. If you watch those 2 shows.
Yeah, I can't get into those.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched Floor is Lava on Netflix?
No.
I think you would like that, John.
You'll like it. I like Floor is Lava.
Yeah, I think you would like that.
Keith made me watch it.
It's mostly YouTube or anime. That's basically my go-tos right now.
So what do you watch on YouTube? Because like I could go on YouTube and sit and watch pimple popper videos for hours.
Are you watching Dr. Pimple Popper too?
I am. Dr. Lee, I sure do.
Yeah, Dr. Lee, Dr. Pimple Popper.
They got the earwax guy now.
That's what I like.
All kinds of stuff out of people's ears and stuff.
Oh, I gotta watch that. But on YouTube,
I love it.
On YouTube, I mostly consume like science related things. I'm very interested in the Webb, the Webb telescope that just launched just last
Mhm.
year, and
Hmm.
peeking into the depths of the universe, planets and galaxies, and anything that universe or science related. Infographic show,
Mm.
um, and and I actually get my sports updates through YouTube too. I'll
Okay.
sit and I'll watch Undisputed with Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless.
So do
Um,
you have YouTube like the live TV? Because I've been asking people how that is.
no, I don't have live TV. No, I just actually just
Okay.
watch regular YouTube with their ads and
Okay.
everything, which is maddening. But yes, I'll sit there and watch YouTube, and I'll just go down rabbit holes from days. Like as you stated, the pimple popper. I was just sitting there watching pimple popping all night long. I was watching Doctor Now, My 600 Pound Life or whatnot. I'll sit there and consume these 9-10 minute clips of these people just acting outrageous and eating fried buckets
Right.
of fried chicken and stuff like that.
Wow.
Um, I'll just go down a rabbit hole one day, but it's mostly science. Mostly science is what I'm sitting
Hmm.
there and consuming.
Mm,
Okay.
gotcha.
What about you, Steph? What are you currently watching?
I'm binging on BET Plus. All of the shows on BET. I like all the Queensmen, Kingdom Business. They had a new show that just came out called The Black Hamptons. I'm about to start on that tonight.
Okay.
Um, I I prefer like the hour long dramas on TV because like when Scandal was out, I was a huge Scandal. Like Thursday nights, anybody who knows me knows as much as
I
I love
remember.
football.
I
Don't bother me
remember.
on Thursday nights. And then football is nothing. Like
Mhm.
from September to February, I don't want to be bothered. My girlfriends always want to have these brunches and lunches. I'll see y'all in February. I always tell them on Thursday nights, Saturdays, Sundays, and Monday nights, it's a big do not disturb over here. And I don't just watch my team, I watch all of the games.
How the hell we gonna record, Steph? You gonna take a hiatus?
We gonna work it out.
Lord have mercy.
So
We
she
gonna
said
work it out.
Thursday night and basically Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
Every day that we record, pretty much.
We gonna have to work this out.
She gonna have to
I'm
go on
I'm seeing
hiatus.
a whole bunch of Sunday mornings and
If I'm gonna
Tuesday
get up
after
that damn early.
Tuesday afternoons, and we gonna work it out though. Because
Tuesday
I'm
Tuesday
afternoons.
because you know,
afternoon.
listen, I strategically
We
get
release on Tuesday.
the football schedules every week, college and pro. And I
Oh my
plan out whether or
goodness.
not I'm going out, I'm gonna stay home. If I have an
Wow.
event, so we're gonna work it out. We got this.
My God. Um, all right. What about YouTube? What do you watch on YouTube?
I watch the pimple popper and the earwax videos. I watch a lot of love and hip hop, like behind the scenes, because I'm a love and hip hop junkie, all the
Mm-hmm.
cities.
Mm-hmm.
I watch a lot of those. I watch a lot of makeup tutorials. And I also watch, even though I hate Vlad, I watch a lot of Vlad TV.
Mm-hmm.
I used to
Um,
consume a lot of Vlad TV for some
oh, I
reason.
hate Vlad though, but I'm really really into like makeup and hair stuff.
People get comfortable to talk to him, so that's why I watch it. And Boosie hilarious as
Yeah.
hell. So I
Oh
like to
my
laugh at
god.
Boosie.
And so right now on YouTube, Latoya Luckett has her own YouTube series. So I've been watching that every week. And it's been
Okay.
really interesting. Yeah.
Okay.
She's doing a great job.
I right now, as far as regular TV goes, aside from wrestling, which that's gonna make me hurry up and get up off of here because AEW is on in less than 30 minutes.
Oh my god.
Um, I consume The Shy, and the funny thing about The Shy, this is a show on Showtime. I
I'm
thought it was going to
behind.
get, yeah, I thought it was going to get terrible because they killed off the main character in the first season, and they killed off another main character the next season, and then just a lot of other things that was going on. But then I was like, oh, this is actually really good,
Mhm.
and this season has been very good. So I watched The Shy on Showtime. It's an all black show of these people living in Chicago. a
I
drama.
struggle with The Chi though
Really, I
because
understand.
I'm such a loyalist of The Wire.
Oh,
Mm.
it's way different than a
And
wire, though.
it's different, but
Yeah,
it just came across as you want to be a copycat.
no, it's very different.
Because
Now there was a
that's my favorite show ever in life. So
yeah, I understand. Now
yeah,
there was a show on HBO. It's based on a true story. I forgot the name of it, but it
The
gave me
Corner,
wire vibe. Yeah, no, not the corner. Wait a minute. Is
The
that an
Corner.
old show? It's an old show,
Yeah,
right?
it
Okay,
was
that was
based in
before The Wire.
Baltimore. The
Well, there's a
Corner,
new
yeah,
show. There's a
a
new
new
show.
one. Oh,
Yeah, it's based on a true story about these corrupt policemen when that guy got killed in Baltimore.
I'm looking it up now on HBO Max.
I think I
Um
know what you're talking about. Isn't one of the characters the guy who played Punisher on
yes,
the Netflix
he's
series?
John Bernthal or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He's the main character. And the guy that played not Stringer. What was the drug kingpin that came after Stringer and
Avon Barksdale, not
Avon.
Avon. No, no,
Not
no, no.
Avon.
Avon.
After Avon.
Um, uh, Stanfield, Marlowe.
Yeah, he's in the show too.
Okay.
It was a
Jamie
short.
Hector is his real name.
Yes, it was a short series that came out either this year. I think it was this year. It was based on a true story of these corrupt cops. I recommend you guys watch it. I don't remember the name of it.
I'm looking for it.
And you said it was on HBO Max?
HBO Max. Yes,
I'm
it.
looking for it now.
We own this city. That's the name of it.
Okay,
It
I
came
see
out
it
this year.
now. It just popped up because I saw Jamie's face.
I recommend, especially you, Steph. You
Hmm.
like shows like that. I recommend you watching it.
I'm gonna
It's I
bookmark
think
it.
it's like I think it's like 6 episodes.
Yes.
Very short, but it's based on it's a true story. John, you would enjoy it too. It's very good.
Hmm.
Um, but I watched that. I watched Raising Canaan. I like Raising Canaan.
I'm
It
gonna
came back
wait
on.
until I'm gonna wait until the end of the season and binge Raising Canaan.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
yeah.
And we just finished Obi-Wan Kenobi. We binge
Hmm.
watched it on Disney Plus. It was
Hmm.
very good and had the best fight between Obi-Wan and Darth Vader in the whole series of Star
Oh
Wars. Like
wow.
it was amazing. So, very good show. And it was a black woman that was like the lead on that show with you know, uh the guy, I forgot his name. Ewan McGregor and Hayden, whatever his last name is, got to play Darth Vader. But very good show. So we watch a lot of series. We Kingdom Business on
Oh
BT
yeah.
Plus. We got to finish that. And
Did y'all finish P Valley? Season 2 of P
yes,
Valley?
yes,
Yeah.
finish P Valley. Um, I'm a big. I get on my family's nerves. I'm a big YouTube head too, but my YouTube consists of watching vloggers going to Disney, to the theme parks, and the cruises.
So neither
So,
one of you were Game of Thrones addicts?
oh yes, oh I forgot. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're
Hmm.
watching House of Dragon. We got to watch the episode
Okay.
that just came out.
Okay.
John, did you ever get into Game of Thrones?
No, never
Did
did.
you? Do you like medieval stuff? Because I don't. I
I
didn't.
I used to.
Hmm.
Maybe not so much medieval, but ancient Roman and Greek mythology and stuff like that. I was really into. So when the movie Troy
Okay.
came out in 300,
Hmm.
I was deeply invested in that. Um, Actually enjoyed the book, the Iliad, and the Odyssey, when I was
Yeah,
younger.
I did too.
But not so much now. Um, my dad will call me. It's like, hey man, you watch Game of Thrones since he's retired. He'll tell me
Mhm.
all these shows and like he'll tell me this, and I know I'm not going to watch them. So
Well, if you happen to, I will tell you this. I was very much against watching that show because I do not enjoy movies or shows like that. Um, but one day, of course, years after it had went off the air. Well, no, not years after it went off the air because we got caught up for the last season. We sat down and watched, and I've
I,
been addicted ever since.
I said I'm gonna give it a try. I'm gonna give it a try.
It is Game of Thrones was very good except for the last season.
I heard the last season was trash.
And it was in
Was it
House.
the last season or the last episode?
Um,
One of my friends, she didn't like the entire last season.
there was maybe two or three episodes that were good. Maybe the first half. I think the last two episodes of the last season killed the entire season.
Mm.
So, you can judge it on your own. But Game of Thrones was excellent, and I don't watch shows like that. We're watching House of Dragons now. Excellent so far.
Was that supposed to be
I
a
know they were.
prequel or?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
people were receiving. They were receiving a lot of backlash because they said uh, one of the, I don't know how to put this. They said the character, one of the families or something, he was black, and Caucasians don't like it or something. I don't know. I don't watch.
I've read that somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, I read it
Yeah.
too. I haven't seen it, but I've read that they said that there's been a backlash, but I haven't seen it. But yeah, it's set 127 years before Game of Thrones, I believe. I may be off on years, but I recommend it to watch it if you guys are in. Well, you're not into it, and I wasn't into it, but I got hooked onto it.
I'm gonna give it a try.
Is it set in the same bloodlines of the original characters in the flagship show, or is it completely different? I don't.
For what, the House of Dragon?
Yes.
Yeah. It's the same. They have different homes, different families, and those are the same families, and it tells the tale of how it got started. And well, it wasn't started, but it just goes back 127 years before then. But yeah, House of Stark, all those houses are there. So yeah, it's there. They're there. But yeah, YouTube is me watching that. I like watching the earwax stuff, and then watching the Disney vloggers. I'll watch like 3 of them, and mainly just not just to. I mainly watch it just to see what type of food they have, and then when I'm YouTube, I kind of listen to some of the clips of some podcasts. Like I don't consume podcasts like I used to, but I'll go to YouTube to catch clips of certain things. So, but yeah, that's pretty much what I consume nowadays on TV. I know back in the day, I used to love Inside the NBA. I don't watch it as much now, but I used to love it with Chuck, Kenny, Shaq, and Ernie.
Yeah.
And I used to love the NFL show on the NFL Network back in the day. The Sunday night show when it would be Michael Irvin and Deion Sanders and
yes, because Michael used to be high as a kite.
Oh my god! He would come on the NFL Network higher than us. Woo! I ain't even gonna say it, but yes.
Mike gonna indulge in that booger sugar.
So yeah, those are the things that I consume. So I just wanted to see what you guys consumed. But again, if you can, try to get started on We Own This City on HBO Max.
Okay.
I know you guys would really, really enjoy that. So, and I'm dialed into the Kanan from the Power series because I want to know what the hell happened to his family. I have my theories. You know what I'm saying? Because it was just him and Jukebox left.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I gave my theory the other day to Iris. She says she doesn't like watching shows with me like that because my predictions are almost all the time right.
Keep it.
You want me to tell you?
No.
You want me to tell you? Can I just give it to you?
No.
Well, it's not set in stone. It's just my prediction.
Go ahead.
Okay, real quick. John, this is a show in the Power series on Stars. There was a show called Power that came on back in the day. It was a real good show. These are all executive produced by 50 Cent.
Back in the day.
Well,
right. When he said it, I'm like, what you mean back in the day?
Well, you know what? Power came on almost 10 years ago.
2014.
Yeah.
It started in 2014. But you know, every week after Power, we used to debrief.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
And Keith, especially when he was slow to watch, I'm like, come on now, Keith.
Yes, you would be mad at me to try to get caught up.
Yes, like, come on.
So real quick, my prediction on what happens to Kanan's family is that Jukebox kills her dad. The other uncle, the youngest, kills the sister because he's
Mm.
tired of her
I can
badgering
see
him,
that.
and
Yeah, I can see that.
in turn,
Kanan kills
Kanan
him.
kills him.
I can
Yes.
see that because one of my friends is like, I think Kanan's gonna kill his mother. Absolutely not. He's too
No.
loyal to his mom.
No,
Now,
he's in.
if they do that, kudos to 50 Cent because I would not have seen that coming.
Yeah.
But but
I could see that happening too. I could see him killing because I could see the way. Remember how she set him up to try to kill his dad?
mm-hmm.
I could see something like that happening and her, trying to put the blame on him and he ends up killing her. I could see that happening. But I think they're going to kill each other. And that's how him and Jukebox are left standing.
And see, we know from the Power series that he ended up killing her. So
Yes.
but the
So,
thing about it, Power was one of those shows. There were some shows, certain shows, I would not lag behind on. Like right now, I'd be like,
mhm.
I have a show, I'm like 3 episodes behind. Power was one of those shows. Scandal was definitely a show I was never gonna miss, never gonna be behind on. P Valley is a show like that for me now. The Wire was like that for me. So Power, the original Power, was
Oof.
definitely
And Power Book
man.
2 took
You
off
know,
in the second season.
but
The
that
first
had
season was horrible.
that one had to grow on me because I was not here for Mary J. Blige and her acting.
Yep, but now she's Monet.
Oh, yes, Monet J. Blige. Oh, speaking of with the Mary J. Blige, John, we had a person that wholeheartedly agreed with you with Mary not being able to sing.
Of course she did. Of course
Leave
Jasmine
my
did.
boo alone. Leave her alone.
Of course she did. Well, we thank you guys for joining us today on
Yes.
episode
Bye.
of the Short Desk Podcast. We'll try to make sure
Cinco.
we put them out weekly because I don't think we put one out last week, did we? All right, Arthur Anderson. His hand be stuck like that the whole time, they say. Stop, John. Well, thank you guys for joining us. This is the Short Desk Podcast YouTube show. Thank you.